Are these reptile TikTok life hacks actually real? Let's go and find out. So we typed in the hashtag reptile hacks and just saw what come up. Let's have a look. We're going to see whether they're good, whether they're bad. We're going to myth bust them. Let's have a look and see the first one.
This is probably, I'd say, the best way to feed a bearded dragon crickets or anything. This is the most efficient and best way so that way you don't lose your crickets. Get down there. But, I thought about it. You put them in here, but they'll like to jump out.
They just hate it when they talk and talk and talk.
All you do is you get your
freeze-dried mealworms. And it's got a picture of a leopard gecko on it. Huh? Let's keep watching.
A little container.
What's got a hole in the top for?
That had reptile food in it, so you know.
That's not reptile food. Freeze-dried mealworms is not reptile food.
Take it out, or when it's empty, drill a hole in the top.
Why?
I drilled a crooked one on purpose so that crickets can grip it and get out. And you shake it around, put it on the side, and as the crickets come out, you will grab them.
Ah,
like right now, watch.
Good enrichment. Oh, he missed it. Oh, poof. Oh,
Bang,
he
see?
got it.
And they only come out one at a time. And he gets them every single time.
I bet that's good enrichment, actually, isn't it? We're going to try that. Should we try that? Do you guys do anything like that? Let me know in the comments down below. Here we go. Here we go. Poof. Yeah. So what we've got an old milk tub here, and I've got a spoon. That's just the sort of the right size for like a superworm. I've got no crickets, I've got no locusts, I've got dubia, roaches, mealworms, and superworms. So should we try this with Hugo, my Savannah monitor? We're basically just going to heat up the end of the spoon and poke it through a few times through this milk container, and then stick a load of superworms in it and just give it to Hugo and just see what his reaction is. I would imagine with Hugo, he's going to start pushing it around and stuff like that. So I'm going to make that throughout this video, and stay tuned towards the end and we'll try that out and we'll see if that one actually works. I would imagine it would frustrate Hugo rather than give him the enrichment that he could do with, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Let's go back and try and check on the next one, shall we?
Let's make a reptile hide out of an old dog bowl.
Let's make it.
Step 1, cut a hole. Once you have the hole cut out, burn the edges so it's smooth. Once you do that, you have the perfect ball python hide.
Okay, now the problem with that, now there isn't really a problem with it, it is a good idea, I do it. That one just looked like it had a really small opening. Now if the ball python's going through and it does have the accidental sharp piece on it that you've left, it's going to scratch him. So make sure the entrance is big enough, make sure the hide is big enough. Now I've done exactly this with my Carl Sunglow boa constrictor popcorn. Now the way I did it, I wanted it to look a little bit more natural and sort of blend in, but I needed a cheap, big hide because it's a big snake. So I just got a big white plastic tub, done exactly the same, cut out one big corner, but then I covered it in spray glue, like just spray carpet adhesive, and covered it while it was still tacky in cocoa fibre. It lasted about a year. It's looking a bit tatty now, so I'm going to be making a new big, really cheap, easy to make hide, showing you guys exactly how to do it on this channel. So if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe. That is actually quite a good video. It is handy, provided you do it safe. Don't leave it directly underneath a heat lamp that's this far away from the heat lamp, because you've got potential for it melting and stuff like that. So let's go on to the next one. Boop-a-doo-boo, go.
So I'm going to show you guys my plastic method.
Plastic method.
Like, okay, what is that? Have you ever gotten like a ball python or an animal that needs a high humidity and it keeps having bad shits?
I just hate it when they talk and talk and talk.
Because you maybe got like a starter kit for it and it came with a tank, like something that's in the background there.
She slates starter kits and then she's got some behind her.
And it just doesn't keep humidity in. I will show you how to fix that.
Oh, go on then.
For years, I was just using plastic wrap and tape.
Come on, show us.
My roommate decided to use this.
What's that? Don't know.
So, like, use what works for you. But basically, you're just going to take your lid, and do you see how the plastic is here? You're going to cover about 70-75% of the screen, or top, with plastic. You don't want to cover the whole thing because there still needs to be airflow, but you want to cover enough that it keeps in the extra humidity and it doesn't dry up quick.
No. Right, the general logic there is half correct. Now, you see how if you want to keep the higher humidity inside your enclosure and you think, I'm going to just block off the top to stop the humidity escaping, that humidity is escaping for a reason. If you trap that humidity inside that enclosure, it's going to start causing stagnant air. Stagnant air grows microbiotes within that humidity, which will get into your animal's respiratory system just by breathing, and that's what's going to cause your respiratory systems. Bad air quality getting into their lungs and stuff. Obviously, higher humidity or too high humidity can cause it as well. But the main cause of it is stagnant air. Now, the way she done it, where she blocked off 75% of that mesh top and just left a piece up here free, that is half ideal. But the air quality all over this side of the enclosure is going to be extremely poor. So the way you do that or alter it differently is, instead of having 12 inches over this side of the enclosure where there's free airflow, cut that down to 6 inches and cut the 6 inches down to this side, so you have air circulation. It's the same with exoterras. You don't just block off the top of an exoterra. You've got ventilation at the front of an exoterra, which is not amazing, but it's good enough, and then let it flow out the top. You need that constant air circulation. How do you keep the humidity inside an enclosure while still keeping good air quality? Quite simply, you can add plants into the enclosure, just like this enclosure just here. You can add plants into there. If you don't want to add plants, you can go for a humid hide. You can go for a different style of substrate that will keep the humidity within the substrate slowly releasing off. Something like our tropical mix. I'll link that video directly up there. I can rant about stuff like this. I'm not no expert, but I do like to rant. Let's go on to this next one.
Dollar Tree.
Apparently, Dollar Tree is our
reptile
friend.
keeping on a budget. The Dollar Tree.
If you want reptile keeping on a budget,
here's some vines
subscribe to Northern Exotics.
that are $1 at the Dollar Tree.
So the vines that you buy for $1 at the Dollar Tree. We don't have Dollar Tree in the UK. We've got Poundland and stuff like that. But anyway, the problem that I have with them for like bearded dragons is, will your bearded dragon potentially eat them? They do eat plants in the wild. They do eat plants in captivity. If you're supplying them with fake plants, are they going to be likely to ingest them? Now, we all know how stubborn bearded dragons can actually be. They will grab it and they will do everything to try and eat it if they think that it is real food. To be careful.
I use them for my fall decor. You can get
Same with flowers.
$1. Spray bottle.
Why do you need spray bottle for a bearded dragon?
$1. These little foam moss balls.
Moss balls again. Worry of ingestion.
$1 for a pack of like 8 of them.
Now, I'm just assuming that this is all bearded dragon because she actually physically has a bearded dragon on her. It might be for a bull python.
Having a super cute couch and super cute decor is fun. Animals don't care how much you spend on it as long as it's a good quality, clean, and what they need. This hide at a pet shop is $10. You saw in my other videos, you can make one for $1.
Yeah. I've said all I need to say about that one. Let's go. Oh. Hi, you guys.
This is a crested gecko.
A gecko.
And this is a crested gecko's tail.
What? Why are you smiling?
Should be right here. Let's talk about
I think
why
he's had
it's
fake
not.
teeth.
And for the record, this isn't actually his tail. This is a different gecko's tail.
So why have you got it?
Tail.
You just
this
sort of
is
wriggling
the
it
smart
around.
model for this video. So crested geckos are born with tails, and they have a defense mechanism where they drop the tail, the tail literally flops around on the ground like this, and it distracts the predator. Now, some reptiles regenerate their tails, but crested geckos are not one of those. Once they drop their tail, that's it. They have a frog butt. Here is a closer look at the gecko's tail. That's what it looks like where it normally is attached to the gecko. It looks really weird.
So what?
Now, this is completely normal. Geckos will often do this if they get frightened for whatever reason. It's actually very hard to have a gecko its entire life without it dropping its tail.
So basically, he's had a load of crested geckos in his collection drop their tail. That's basically all he's advertising. He's got a frog butt on his shoulder and he's got one in his hand. So there's two minimal. Let me know your thoughts on Tyler Ruggie in the comment section down below. I'm going to get some stick on this video, aren't I? Oh, we've got a picture of a tap here. How to determine water temperature. So I guess this is when you're giving your bearded dragon a bath. Let's have a look.
That is a fantastic question. It is this, one of my favorite things in the world. It is a baby thermometer shaped like a stingray, and you just plop.
Yeah. Shaped like a stingray. It's cool.
It tells you the temperature.
There he goes. 84 degrees, her temperature in a bath. Do you guys do anything like that? I do it. I've got my infrared temperature thing, and I just run around with that. When I've got a bath running, I just click it on there. I would never have the temperature of the bath hotter than their basking spot. And I'll just keep it at that temperature, because obviously the more the animal's in there, it's absorbing the heat off the water. So I just keep adding little bits more of hot water and that sort of stuff actually into the bath. Let's see this one. We've got a toothbrush. Let's see what the toothbrush is all about.
Hey, today I have a tip for any reptile keepers out there. If your spray bottle gets clogged up, stops working, The reason is probably that the nozzle's just getting calcified, and if you clean that off, you can fix the bottle and not need to buy a new one. So what you'll need is a little white vinegar. After you get the white vinegar, you're going to soak the spray nozzle in it for about 5 minutes. Then find somebody's toothbrush to use.
Then find somebody's toothbrush. Whose toothbrush would you actually use to do this with? It's actually a great tip, to be fair. The amount of money I've spent on spray bottles in the past because they've blocked up, now I actually physically do exactly this hack just to clean the nozzle out. And I do it quite often, to be fair.
You might need to scrub it and soak it a couple times.
Put a
and
pin
in this
through
case,
it.
I used a thumbtack to poke out the last bit of debris. And now, it's spraying nice and strong, giving a good even mist.
Perfect. That was Herpin Hippie on TikTok. I've got nothing bad to say about that one. That's quite a good one, to be fair. What's this one? I don't know what this one is. It scares me.
I don't think you guys realize this. 250 watts. It's 125 watts. These are like actual lamps. $4.99. And this guy was on sale for $5.99.
We've got a chicken heat lamp and a heat bulb.
Less than $15 for both.
Do you guys do anything like that? Do you go and buy like discounted heat lamps and heat bulbs? Let me know what bulbs you guys use. I don't personally do it, but that's because I'm a big advocate for the Reptile Systems bulbs. I've done loads of tests in the past before with them. They're not the cheapest ones you can buy, but I've found out that they are the most durable. And when you've got a lot of animals, just like all of these and stuff like that, you tend to go through quite a few. So it's just good to have the most durable for me.
Normally, as long as it said Reptile on it, you'd be spending upwards of, you know...
Okay, so yeah, if it's got anything Reptile, you tend to spend more than you actually should do. Let's have a look at this one. This about sums up owning a chameleon. Oh, you gotta love how derpy chameleons are. Jesus, this has got millions of views. Oh, he fell over. Okay, I don't know why that was any sort of reptile hack, but it was amusing, wasn't it? Let's have a look on this. This one confuses me. Look, there we go. Play. I'm going to get community guideline strikes on this video. Thawing out crickets. Okay. Thawing out crickets. Do you freeze your crickets to then give to your leopard gecko? Is there a downside to that? Is there an upside to that? I know people do similar things with mealworms. They slow them down, and it's been found out that thickened the blood thickened everything inside the actual mealworm, and it has caused problems for the leopard geckos. But freezing crickets to give to your leopard geckos to thaw them out, and then to tease them while they're thawing out. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. It's not something I've seen. It's not something I don't think I'm ever going to do because I go through fresh all the time. Let me know what you sort of, your thoughts are. Let's go, carry on.
So I have a little life hack for those of y'all that have amphibians or reptiles. I do not have a timer for my lidded heat lamp or a UVB light.
Why?
I just can't figure out how to set one up.
No way. You've got like pins going all the way around. You can't set up a timer for your heat on your animal. It's a timer, and you just press the buttons in. Each one you press in. It's there. That is it. Oh, see, that is it. Every single one of those pins is 15 minutes. I put one pin in for 15 minutes. How can you not get that right? See the little arrow thing just there? Well, you spin that round to the correct time of whatever time it actually is, and then just plug it in, and the time will just go round and come on and off, no matter how much you set it. If you put the pins out on this one, it will come on. So you just put it out for 12 hours a day, and then back in for 12 hours a day. That's how you set up a timer, and it costs a couple of quid. What? How can you not set that up? Let's keep watching this one. I ranted. I've already done 11 seconds of the video.
When I got the Amazon Smart Plug for my birthday and totally forgot about it till August, a little light bulb came in my head. You can't figure out how to use the timer. And even when you finally figured it out, you put it on the wrong time. But you have an Amazon Smart Plug, as well as a extension cord. This fixture is currently on. Alexa, turn off plug 1.
What animal's in there?
Yay! Alexa, turn on plug 1.
Yeah, but come on, what's that? Hold on. Bearded dragon.
Little camper doesn't have to worry about the lights coming on at night. So he gets his lights on from 9 a.m. till about 6 p.m.
Your bearded dragon's lights are only on for 9 hours a day. His go on 9 hours a day when he's in brumation. You're not giving your animal enough time to digest his meals throughout the day and to absorb as much vitamin you're not giving him enough chance to absorb the UV rays to help his body produce the vitamin D3 he needs to be able to survive. 9 hours a day is not enough for a bearded dragon.
And then from 6 till 9, he knows that's his lights off. But he still wakes up around 7:30, 8 o'clock when the sun's coming up.
So if he's waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning when the sun's naturally coming up, why don't you put your lights on?
But yeah, just a little life hack.
That's not a life hack. That's how to kill your animal. Is that everything? Right, that is everything in this video. There was another one, but I would go far too over the top with that one, so I'm not going to do that one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of you all. Follow us on TikTok, Northern Exotics. Peace out.